Thanks for joining us. Pixie Bee is decided to join me after her camera debut last time. I still haven't forgotten about the cake. And I've noticed that the cake is on her side of the table, so I don't know. We know that a few of you gather snacks and stuff for the sort of the Crafternoon, so we decided that we'd get some as well. So welcome to the Mum's Makery first Crafternoon. I know we did a Christmas Crafternoon, but it's very different to what is going to become our monthly Crafternoons. We thought that we would set up something slightly, well, very different for you guys this time, and just sort of, I don't know, bring you into my home a little more, because my home is the Makery, and much to my family's dismay. But it's okay because it's taking over her house now as well. Yeah. So, as you all know, it's our birthday month, and we have been celebrating pretty much all month long with various games and giveaway. There's a lot of giveaways. I think we've had to start a spreadsheet. Yes. Just to keep track of everybody. And so, okay, bear with us, is all I can say. This is a very different setup. We're trying something completely different, so apologies up front for any complete technical failures that we might have.
It won't be technical failures, it will be complete bee failures.
We'll have a bee failure. So what we've decided to do is, for our first Crafternoon, what would be better than to go back to the very first project kit template set that we ever did, and that was the single rose. So what we've done is we've gone back and aptly titled this Crafternoon is Revisiting Roses. Now, as many of you know, the single rose, I've got a whole bunch of stuff over here that I'll keep randomly pulling out. It's like a lucky dip. It's not very well organised. So what, let's get it on the close-up, I think. So what we launched 2 years ago, wow, was the single rose set, and it remains to this day one of our most popular sets. And over the course of this month, many of you may have seen that you will have a free gift. If you've spent over £30, then you will have got a free gift. And the free gift is, nope, that's the same size. I'm going to have to open this one. The free gift is a bigger one. So this is a 40mm and this is a 60mm. And so the free gift was a 60mm roast. You can't see that on there. Too far away.
You can go and buy your assistant.
Oh, there we go. Pixie Bee is modelling. So what that's going to allow you to create are obviously bigger roses, and the free gift stands until the end of this month. I do apologise if you hear snoring because the boss is down there, and he snores like a freight train. But we couldn't get him out. He wanted to be in front of the fire. So apologies if you hear some snoring sound. It's coming from him. We've got some of the bigger roses that are up there by Pixie Bee. That's the yellow and the red rose that's up there. The red one was actually made with both the 40 and the 60mm rose petal. So, having this extra size is going to really expand what you can do with your projects. So what we decided to do was, after we did back in Halloween, we did a sort of a black and purple bunch of roses, and they were bigger, so there were more petals involved, and they were curled and furled, so they looked a lot more realistic than just, you know, the single rose 5 petal project that we do currently. So what we're going to do today is we're going to come back and we are going to have a look at making bigger roses and actually getting that beautifully sort of curled edge on the petals. It starts out pretty much the same way as the normal rose. Now the single rose tutorial you will find over on our YouTube channel, and that will give you all of the weights and measures and everything that you need for doing the 40 mil. The weights and measures for the 60 mil template is double, so you're looking at about a gram, 1.1 grams. You know, obviously the weights and measures are a guideline. So do you know what? I keep looking at the screen. Do you know what we remind me of?
What?
Those 2 old guys in the Muppets, you know, the ones that sit in that balcony and just heckle people. Because I've just looked down at the screen and I was like, oh, that's terrible. So what we're going to do is very quickly, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, you may not know Mum's Makery, you may not have the rose template set. You know, we're going to start at the very beginning, and then I'm going to Blue Peter it because I've got a whole bag of petals that I'd made earlier. There is a sort of an information page on the website, and if you click on projects, infos and downloads, there's weights and measures for all of our templates, and there's also a broadcasts and events link as well, and that will tell you each month what Crafternoons we're doing, what live shows we're doing, and it's a really good resource because that will have all of the information in it that you need as well. I thought if you're on the she's off.
I'm on.
You're off.
I get very little chance to stamp these days.
Let me pop that back over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a, what are you making? You're doing the big one?
Large rose petal.
Okay, well I'm going to do a small one, and then I'll quickly just run through making of one petal, and then we'll sort of crack on with the main part, which is the assembly. I've got hot pink I'm using, which is, oh, sorry, did I wake you up? Sorry, May. You comfy there? Yes, I bet. Right, so pocket scale, for those of you who are not familiar, I use a pocket scale all of the time. It's a great little way to weigh out small increments of wool. In fact, if I just pop that there, let's pull out a little bit more. Let's see. You can see that that is 0.05 grams of wool, there or thereabouts. And these pocket scales, you can get them on Amazon, eBay, anything like that. Just type in pocket scale. They are readily available in sort of multiple formats. So all of the templates have a wiring hole, and the way that we do this is we start by putting in the edges. I've got a bit of a knotty mess of fibres, so I'm just going to pull and stretch my fibres just to get them into sort of a slightly neater stack, because I like neat fibres. Then what I'm going to do is get a piece, and I'm going to lay it around the edge, giving myself some overlap, and then just lightly run my needle around that edge and into that point. It's very lightly tacked to my surface. I'm using my 40 spiral, so my lightest needle, and all I'm looking to do at the moment is just get a nice even covering within my template. So I'll put another little bit in there, again with that overhang. Alicia, the big petal is 1 gram, sort of, ish. So yes, anywhere between 1 gram and sort of 1.1, 1.2. A gram is your base, and then obviously just fill in any thin spots with a little, you know, with a little extra fibre. So I've got a rough covering in there. So now all I'm going to do is just sort of top this up a little bit. I'm not felting anything too firmly at the moment. It's just about getting the fibres roughly in place. Very light. You can see I've got all of this to go. There we go. And some of you may wonder who necessarily that I'm talking to, because we are broadcasting live across Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and we can see both of the chats simultaneously. So if all of a sudden I start replying to a question or something and it's not in your chat, I'm not going loopy, I promise. So all we're going to do is just bring all of these fibres into our template. It's definitely different working sat down. I'm not used to it. I'm used to being stood up. So there, just lightly. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in my 36 star, and this isn't one that I usually use, but I'm going to use it for speed. The thicker the needle, the lower the number, the thicker the needle, and obviously the thicker needles can felt substantially faster. The downside is that you don't get as much working time with your wool. So if you are new to felting, I do subscribe to the ethos that you're better off sticking with the finer needles, giving yourself a little bit more work, but ultimately you get to learn how the wool is reacting and what it's doing. So all I'm going to do now is just keep felting that down. There are multi-handles. Here's my three needle. And of course, I'm working just on my flat mat. Usually I've got a foam surface under here, but for camera purposes, I've had to ditch the foam, which means I will not be using my multi-punch, lest I annihilate it on my table.
Probably not a good idea.
No. I don't know, some days we felt, and it is like utter carnage, isn't it? There's needles, breaking needles and all sorts. So I'm just going all over it. And again, very, very light stabs. As soon as I feel my flat mat, I've stopped. You don't want to drive in, because all that's going to do is drive these fibres into your surface, and then you end up with a fluffy bottom. And we don't want fluffy bottoms.
Definitely not live on air.
There's no. So I'm just going to pull that off, tickle it off the mat, and you can see it's quite fluffy at the moment, but just pop it back in the template and carry on refining. And that in essence is how you make the petals. It's exactly the same for the 60mm template as well. There we go. And all we're going to do is, the roses, you're going to want anywhere between 10 and 15 of these petals. It will wholeheartedly just, decide on what your vision of this project is going to be. You can do various, you can do buds and bits. I don't think that these, I'll get some pictures and post them up in the Facebook group later on of a few of these pieces. We'll pull some down onto the closer cam in a bit. So while she's working away, I get to chat. I like this. I sit and chat and you do the work. I like this arrangement. So as I said before, it has been party month all month long, and you will have to, because I don't have her sat over there behind the scenes on a computer, I've actually got to look up my own stuff now. We've had, the glasses are on enough. We've basically had a lot of winners. For those of you who aren't already, please do go over to our Facebook group, which is www.facebook.com/groups/mumsmakery. And it's a great group. But I think we've nearly broke the internet a couple of times because Pixie Nikki has been playing games in group, and it's just been hilarious. So what we have, if I can actually work this properly, is a whole range of winners that we've sort of accumulated for the various games. Now, the little sort of ad hoc games that Pixie Nikki has been playing has been they've been sent out a 10-gram ball of wool. We had a scavenger hunt in the group, and that was hilarious. I don't know what was more hilarious, the scavenger hunt or the commentary that was going on in Fluff Chat as people were vaulting stair gates and things in order to gather the things. It was absolutely brilliant, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So we are going to be doing stuff like this again. However, let me just see if I can... So we've got some winners for the scavenger hunt. Now, the scavenger hunt... let me put that down there so I can actually see it. Points were awarded for the first 5 people who gathered the 5 things, and there were 4 rounds. And then all of those points were added up, and everybody who got points is winning a prize. And then for each round of the scavenger hunt, everybody was lumped into a random number generator draw. So there's like 9 prizes, I think. A lot, yeah. So here are the first place for the scavenger hunt with 15 points was Bethany Makepeace. So congratulations, Bethany. And you are going to win. It's all right, mate. It's just a mug. Let's put this on. I'll put this on the close-up camera. You get to win this lovely mug. Needle felting for the days when you just need to stab something repeatedly. I think I need that mug too. So congratulations. That will be winging its way in the post to you. If you can please send your sort of your address and everything to one of the Pixies. We now actually have Pixie mail. So for any contact that you want to make with us for giving us information like your address and stuff like that, it's makerypixies@gmail.com. makerypixies@gmail.com. So if you can message one of the Pixies, but they'll ask you to email in to that. So the second place and prize was Sydney Quarterman. I can't like this with my glasses. And what you will win, or what you have won, I feel that I haven't prepared this very well. I should have taken it out.
Sticky tape.
So what you have won is a coaster. It's a lovely ceramic coaster. And again, it's that needle felting for the days when you just need to stab something repeatedly. So that's our first and second prize for the scavenger hunt. And there's so many more prizes. Third place, we had joint Kelly and No, not joint place. No, Kelly was 3rd place. Joint 4th place was Catriona and Pamela. 5th place was Ashley. And then all of you guys are going to win a random 10-gram ball of wool. And for the rounds, round 1, which was Pixie Haley's, Debbie Tunley. Round 2 was Catherine Manners. Round 3, Donna with no surname. Oops. And we'll sort it out, don't worry. And round 4 was Pamela Smith. So congratulations, guys, for all of the winners on that. We will get your prizes out to you. If you want to email into makerypixies@gmail.com with your addresses, that would be awesome. Thank you. We've got a lot of prizes. I won't do them all on air. I will do some on air, and then others will be sort of released in group, because we've got so many different sort of giveaways and name the Annette. Oh, that reminds me. Yes, we did put up a post for name Annette, who has joined us. She was a Fluff Chat helper, and now she's come over into group. There is a winner. I have no idea who it is. Pixie Nikki sent me this information about 10 minutes before we came on air. Oh, and I've blinked since then, so I don't know where I've put it. But it will all go up in the Facebook group. And what we've decided is that Sarah Summerton, Irene Martinez, and Annette Roberts-Boyle are going to be known as Makery Crew. So we have a crew. Yay, crew. So, right. Some of you I know have already done the homework. I never intended for it to be homework. Never intended for it to be homework. But there were all these posts going up and going, done my homework. I was like, oh, okay. There was a sort of a list of the things that you could make in advance. And I have several. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the big ones, I think, because then I can demonstrate the techniques a little bit easier. And you've got bits what were made earlier as well.
I have.
So we can just sort of crack on with the doing and the making. So you've got an option. If you want to make a rose that's quite has a good sort of sturdy stem, then I'm going to be using a 20 gauge wire. I got coffee on this one and everything. There's coffee, cake. I like these Crafternoons.
They're good, aren't they? Might have to do this again.
Well, that's a good thing, mate, because we're doing it next month. Don't spit coffee.
Thank you.
So what I have got here is a stack of, these are the 60 mil hair of dog. I think everything I felt is 10% dog.
Yeah, probably.
Yours is probably 10% cat.
Yeah.
So I've got a nice little stack of the 60 mil petals. And again, if you want to refer to the single rose tutorial, which is on our YouTube channel, then you can, it shows you how to sort of start the assembly and everything else like that. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to wire this one up. You can wire yours if you want. I'll put you some wires over there.
Okay.
I'm just going to do basically a rose like this one up here. Where is it? There. There. I feel that it's a little bit lost in the background, but that's okay. We'll do a splash screen of something in a minute, and she can jump up and rapidly get everything done. So, in order to start the rose, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start forming the rose, and then we do all of the curling and furling at the end, because we have tried it curling the petals first and then applying them, and it doesn't really work. You've end up sort of, oh, that one's curled the same way as that one, so it can't be next to it. So the best way that I have found to do it is to do it with assemble the rose first, and then we'll go back through and curl it in sort of in situ. So to start the rose, for the centre, I'm going to roll this literally straight across and get a really nice, see that tight little centre. My lightest needle and just a few tacking stabs, just to start holding it in place. And the thing to remember about the roses is the sort of the top of the rose stays really quite flat. So I'm going to give myself a really nice start with this centre, really curl it up. And then I am using a driving technique. You can see I'm coming out the bottom. Not too much, otherwise I'll hit my table. But now, see, I have to try and see if I can explain this. This one goes there, because, not there, but there, because you want this one to almost come out. In fact, actually, I'm going to, let's just change my mind a bit. What I'm going to do is, because these petals are a lot bigger as well, I'm just going to join this petal to that petal ever so slightly. With the smaller petals, it's a little harder to do, but then go with that next one. And if all is well, then what you will end up with is, no, that's not working out. I'm going to go back to my original plan, I think. I've changed my method for this about 4 times this morning. So I'm going to overlap this one by about half. Getting the centre, I feel, it's quite important, because it's the bit that you look at first, is the middle of a rose. So I'm just going to roll it up real quick. That's a bit better. Now, do you see how they're sort of starting to overlap each other? Let me just pop that up so you can see it. And get some pictures of some roses. And I haven't stabbed this very well, it's all coming apart, but I'm going to do this a little quick and crude now, because there's your start, and then you want the middle of the next petal to overlap like that. So it sort of comes out, comes round, and then you get your next petal, which is overlapping. I'm going to have to do this tighter. I'm not happy. But that's okay. I'll make all the mistakes so you guys don't have to. I'm going to use a slightly stronger needle. Using my 38 spiral. There we go. And then wrap that one round like so. And once you get it started, it becomes easier. It's just that first little bit is really, really fiddly. So there we go. No, wrong end. Putting it upside down. Oh my goodness.
More coffee needed.
More coffee needed. There we go. So just wrapping that round the first one, and there you go. Finally, we get there. So this colour that I'm using is buttercream. The other colour that I've got, this is obviously smaller petals, but This one's done in the pink, and it's just such a gorgeous colour. So now we've got this one in and that one wrapped. Then we come to our next one. And as we start building this up, we're going to start by keeping the felting all in this bottom bit, because we want to give ourselves as much flexibility with curling these petals at the top later on. So what I'm going to start by doing now is overlap half, come round, and you can see that bud shape really starting to form now. And again, I'm going to run up the side a little bit with this one, but then really felt that bottom piece, bring it round, felt up the side a little bit, and then again. And to join these, I really am giving it some welly. Nice driving technique. In fact, I might go up and, I don't know, my 36 star may be too aggressive. No, that's doing it the job quite well. Making sure that, you know, this bottom bit really is nice and firm to hold these in place. So there's our second one and our third one. Our fourth one. Oh, did I scare you then, mate? Sorry. Threw a log on the fire and scared the dog. Is going to sort of overlap the last one and come round and overlap the next one. So you always want this sort of overlap from the last one and come round. And this is how we're going to build it up. And you just keep going. Lightly tack it to start with. Very, very lightly tack it to start with. And then have a look at it. Are you happy? That needs to come down a little bit. Yep, reasonably happy. Then go in with your more aggressive needle and really felt it into place. Don't worry too much about down here at the moment, because we're really going to felt sort of like a nice rounded shape on the back. At the moment, we're just focusing on getting this really nice sort of petal swirl on the top. And do have a look at some pictures of roses, and you can see how the petals sort of overlap each other and interact with each other. There we go. And I'm keeping, again, really all of my felting into just the last third of these petals. There we go. Okay, so that's sort of the next bit. Let me just join that side on a little bit. And you can really see that we're starting to get that gorgeous sort of rose swirly shape. And this is all we're going to do. We're just going to keep going. Overlap the last one. And you're looking for, you're basically looking for an offset each time. So we've got a gap here. I'd be looking to put a rose petal like that. And as the rose gets bigger, obviously you'll be spacing these out a little bit more. So let me just pop these on. And usually about 50, well, anywhere between 10 and 15 petals gets you that a really nice size rose. The original single rose was 5 petals. I want to say 5. Yeah, I want to say 5. So if you can see this now, I don't want to put that one there because that would be too similar to that one. So I'm just going to offset it, move it round that little bit more. And you see how that gives that different dimension. It just looks looks correct. So I'm doing this really quickly. You will happily spend more time on this than I do. There we go. You can see how that's really starting to take shape now. So I will pop on a couple more petals because I'm aware of time and everything that we need to get through. So let's pop that one on, and then I've got a couple of things to tell you guys that we're really excited about. Some of us are really excited. Others of us are not so excited because I know it's going to be loads of work for me. The pixies have been very, very busy of late. And for those of you who are just joining us, we are... sorry. I've just looked up and saw that Linda Saunders has said that her bottom's getting really big.
How many petals are you going to be using for the big rose?
Same as the small one. You know, you're looking at anywhere between sort of 10 and 15. You could go on ad infinitum. I mean, it can be as big or as small as you want. You can use both of the petals as well. So you can start off, say, with sort of 3 or 4, 5 small petals in the middle, and then start adding the bigger ones around that as well. There's so much versatility with this. It is just you can two-tone the roses. Yeah, it's just endless. But it's a really, really nice nice project to make. Wonderfully beginner friendly as well. So if you are new to felting, you will find this project very, very easy to do. The single rose tutorial, which is over on our YouTube channel, also has a full bonus little clip of how to make the, well, we call it gypsophilia, but it's a sort of a representation of gypsophilia. Right. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So I think I'm going to add one more petal. This is the problem, is knowing when to stop. And I don't. What you want to do is make sure that your rose is, it's not sort of, well, mine's a bit up and down, but you want to keep it sort of all of these roughly on the same sort of level. There we go. There, so that's all I'm going to do for my rose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 10 there, I think. I don't know, I haven't really counted. And then what I'm going to do is just come to my bottom and really felt that nice and hard, and all of these sort of sticky out bits of petal, I'm just going to felt back down, just make that bottom a little bit flatter. Now you can add a calyx, you may not want to add a calyx, it's entirely up to you. The standard rose calyx works quite nicely with this 60mm template as well. So I'm just all rounding it off on the bottom there. So there's my rose. She hasn't done hers yet. Oh, okay, smarty pants.
Just need bigger petals now.
Do you want mine?
Yes, please.
Oh, she's so demanding.
Thank you.
I didn't go according to plan. Okay. I can't reach anything up there at the moment. Okay, so we have, I've got a couple of things. I realise that I'm looking at my phone, and I hate doing that on camera, but I don't have a bee. You're not helping me out at all, are you? You're not helping me out at all, are you?
I'm trying to make a rose.
You should.
I'm following instruction.
Oh, I'll be a first. Okay, let me have a look at what I'm supposed to be doing here. If I've got to do this, that means you've got to do that.
Thank you.
You do. You love it. She did. She hung me out to dry. She really did. Oh, that's such a fibs. That was completely intentional. When some of you may have remembered back at the Halloween broadcast, when I kind of 5 seconds before I went on air, this little voice on my shoulder went, "Pretend you've got no sound." So I did, which completely freaked her out. The trouble was, is that about 10 minutes into the broadcast, I went, "Right, what are we doing next, Pixie Bee?" And she went, I was like, "Oh, no, you didn't." She's so mean. Everybody thinks that I'm the mean one. Ever since we hit 2021, that's where we are now, yeah. Yes. 2021, you've turned into Bossy Bee. Oh, I'm not getting on well with this at the moment. Hang on. What are we? Crafternoons. There we go.
Alicia would like to know, am I usually this quiet?
No. It's only because the camera's on that she's completely quiet.
She didn't let me have a mic. There's a reason.
I'm the sensible one. I'm just saying. Right, things to mention. I found my things. She usually deals with all of this behind the scenes, and I just go, "What's next?" And she tells me, and I've got to look it up myself. Okay. The 60ml rose template is a free gift for the entirety of this month if you spend over £30 on the website. For those of you who are just joining us, the hydrangea, where is it? The hydrangea is our new launch for, when is it? This month, January. The hydrangea is our new launch for January, and it's available as a template set, as a kit, as a fibre pack. And there's a full 2.5 hour tutorial, I think. Something like that. And so that's our new launch, and it will be on special offer until the end of the month. Now we can do the closer cam, because I've got the roses down there now. So we've got, I'm going to get this one up on the close-up cam, I think. Oh, no, I'm not. There, look at that one. Isn't that gorgeous? This one was made by Pixie Haley, and I nicked it. Nothing is safe. So as you can see, this one has been two-toned, and if memory serves, Pixie Haley is flitting about in the YouTube live chat, and Pixie Nikki is in the Facebook live chat. And you might want to confirm for me, this is off-white and hot pink, I think. But again, same way, and you know, just putting that hit of colour right on the tips just really gives you a wow. So that was that. I'll get some more stuff down off the shelf in a minute when we do another split screen. So at about 3:30 this afternoon, we have launched on the website. The next Crafternoon is the 20th. Yes, the 20th of February. Let me get the right button. Yeah, there we go. And the next Crafternoon is, again, it's 3 p.m. UK time. and it will be making English lavenders. So this is what, hang on. This is what we're going to be making, are these lavenders. And for those of you who want just to have all of the materials, there is a kit. It's a little kit of materials, and it will make 3 of these English lavenders, and that's going to be next month's Crafternoon for February. All of the information will be on the website. So go to the website, go to broadcasts and events, I think it is, and you'll see calendar for 2021, and that lists everything. And as the information becomes available as to the materials that you'll need, then you can, you will be able to click links on that sort of page on the website. The March one we've got, you're going to love I love the March one. It's so cute, but we'll tell you about the March one at the February's Crafternoon. I don't want to get you too excited. So February Crafternoon is also, because, you know, one broadcast is never enough. The cherry blossom is out now. It is an exclusive to the Creative Craft Show Live. The page, again, on our website, go to the events and broadcasts, and you will see the cherry blossom on the Craft Show Live. It'll take, you will need a ticket. I've got a really creaky chair. My chair is creaky. This is where I find that she is likely to put a whoopee cushion under my chair. She is that. Oh, such fibs.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I'm going to hold you to that. So you heard it first here, people. She said she'd never do it. The fibs. The Craft Show Live is on the same day as our February Crafternoon. And that's for the cherry blossom. And the cherry blossom kit is, again, exclusively available from the Craft Show Live. All of the information is on our website. It's $19.99 for the kit, and that includes free UK postage. And if you are an international customer and you want to get hold of this kit, you're going to need to email me directly. I have a solution for our international customers sorted with the Craft Show Live, but you will need to email me directly if you want the cherry blossom kit. The Craft Show Live, I believe we are on air at 10 a.m.
Yes.
I want to say 10 a.m. 10 a.m. UK time, and then our own Crafternoon for the English lavenders will be at, it's like a whole day of Mum's Makery.
It is. I know.
A Makery day. I like Makery days. So those are going to be coming in February. Again, if you've got any questions at all, just hit up one of the Pixies, send us in an email, any messenger that you can use to reach us. We will do our best to respond to you ASAP. I can tick that off my list now. The other thing, mentioning about the giveaways and free gifts, we've run out now. But some people may, or you may remember that some people have been posting in group. I'm going to put another log on the fire. Sorry, mate. He's gone, what was that? Squirrel. Some of your packages have been coming out smelling rather delicious, and that is because Pixie Sue also does Scentsy. Which is, I've got this is one of my Scentsy warmers up here. It's a wax melter, and it's these gorgeous wax melts, but it's not just wax melts. There's little USB plug-in pods, and there's all kinds of things. Both Pixie Hayley and Pixie Nikki will pop up in your event chat the link to Pixie Sue's group on Facebook, and she's also got a page where you can have a look, and she will send you free samples. Sue, under the bus. There are some absolutely gorgeous, stunning. That one that I've got burning at the melting, is what's it called? Autumn Road Trip. That's one of my favourite. My other one in the office is Winterberry Apple Tea, and it's just delish. You've got, which one is it you've got? Oh, you've got the Cozy Cardigan.
Yep, and the Newborn Nursery.
Yeah, you like that baby powder smell, don't you?
I do.
She's weird.
The whole house smells wonderful.
Yeah, but you've got grandbaby now, haven't you? In the
Yes.
yeah.
So it's
Tallulasaurus.
yeah,
She's got a set of lungs on her. So what we will do later on this week, there is going to be a post going up in the group, and as we're sort of heading towards the end of our birthday month, we are going to be having a bit of a hurrah at the end. So over the next week or so, there are going to be some more giveaways going up in group. So and I believe one of the prizes is a £30 gift voucher to spend with Sensi on Pixie Sue's page. I want it.
So do I.
You can't enter, you're not
I'm
allowed.
after one of those walnuts.
It's not going to be a repeat of the cake. No, you can't. It's plugged in. I'm all right. Right, so let's get back to our little rose. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start that sort of curling and furling technique. And you start from the outside and we work in. Now, there's absolutely no pattern to this. It is completely winging it. Oh, did that was the firework. It does sound like a firework, yeah. So what you do is start with one of your outer petals, and you're just going to start folding it back. And use a light needle. I'm using my 40 spiral. Just a little bit of a tack there, and then come across to the other side and fold that bit over at a different angle. And if you're using your light needle, nothing's set in stone. So nice little light tacks, and then really sort of pull it back, pull it round, and just see what happens to it. Then go to the next one, and for the next one you want to sort of curl it different to the last one. So this one I've kind of gone sort of straight back with. Just commit to that a little bit more. So this next one I'm going to fold back just this corner. Like so. And then I'm going to come to the next one, and I don't know, what am I going to do? I'm going to do both corners a bit like that. And this is how we're going to work around. It's just lightly hold it in place. And you can see that you can get these gorgeous different effects. And it's sort of, well, you know, that's a bit plain just there. So I'm going to pull that little bit back. Just pinch that tiny little edge and nip that back. And look at the dimension that you can get on it. And again, for this one, I actually think I'm going to pull these up and pull that down. And just nip that into place. Yeah, and pull them about. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to pull them about. The trick for visually creating a really nice looking rose, in my opinion, is to make sure you don't do the same thing next to each other. I'm going to go up a needle to my 38 spiral because this one isn't holding the petals quite so well. I think I've felted these quite well into each other. So there we go. And then this one I'm going to pull right back, go along that edge and give myself a little bit. What I'm doing here is I'm holding the petal and just nicking in the edge just to give it a completely different shape again. So there's no wrong way of doing it. Yeah, there isn't. It's just pulling them about, pulling them in. I'm going to take that side across. She says moving her flat mat. And then I'm going to pull this one and I'm going to curl that. And it's just going in and out, and you can get some absolutely gorgeous shapes. Let's just felt that one down a little bit more. Don't be too strict with it to start with. Get your use a slightly lighter needle, and then when you're happy with it, I'm not happy with this one. This one's not going according to plan. Let's try folding it that way instead. There, that's like better. And you can see the very, very middle one I would leave just rolled, because you really want that sort of, the centre of a rose doesn't really curl out. So let's get that one. There we go. And you can see I literally just a few minutes, nothing more, and we've got, an incredibly furly rose. And if you can imagine, you can two-tone just the tip on it. The rose template is just so amazing. So that's basically sort of that curling technique. I will just give another close-up, whoops, on that there. And you see it's just putting in any which way, but leave your centre, you sort of your centre too, really nice and sort of tight and wrapped. And then obviously you can go through and so many different colours. The single rose kit has enough materials in to make 3 of the 5 petaled single roses, which is a very small sort of bud shaped rose. But obviously that equally means that there's enough in there to make 15 petals, and you can make one much bigger rose if you wanted. The other option obviously you have is you can just buy the template set without the kit of materials, and then just pick yourself up a pack of the combo wires, or grab some different coloured walls depending on what rose it is you want to create.
Buttercream.
Yes.
I would like to know what colour this is.
Buttercream. Yes, buttercream. The colour that I've been using and that she stole is buttercream. Hang on. No, you've got the lid. Ah.
Yes.
And it's one of our new colours for there we go. One of our new colours for last spring, or this spring, last spring.
Last spring.
I don't even know what year I'm in half the time at the moment.
Spring.
And it's such a gorgeous colour, and it really looks beautiful with the pink and the hot pink as well. Okay, so a couple of last sort of things as we head. Oh, I've done that. I like it. I get to tick all these things off. So I don't have a splash screen for this, I don't think. First up, Fluff Chat. As some of you may know, Mum's Makery Facebook group has a Facebook Messenger group attached to it, and it's called Fluff Chat, and it is a wonderful chat for... I wouldn't try and keep up. Every time I go in there now, I've got like 90 missed messages, but it's... If you just fancy hopping in with a bit of a live chat and a bit of friendly banter with some fluff-minded friends, it's absolutely great. You will usually find that our Fluff Chat helpers, Irene and Sarah, are in there most of the time, but it is full of absolutely lovely people who will try to help you out. What they've started to do in Fluff Chat is do what we are now calling pups, which are pick-up projects. And what that is just a little themed make that they decide to do, and then everybody makes their version of it, and they're only little quick projects, and then everybody sort of sends pictures of what they're making. So this month's theme has been love bugs as we head into February. Now the theme for the pickup projects will change mid-month every month. So it's a great sort of middle of the month little sort of mojo booster, just, you know, come and hang out. And I don't know who made what bug, because the names didn't come attached with them. But there's just such an array, lovely array and different sort of makes that people have done for the love bug. And Sarah sent me my very own boop bug. And for those of you who know, I'm absolutely obsessed with Sarah's budgie. That's not a euphemism. And I keep making her make me boop related things. His name's not Boop, I will point out. His name's actually Ludo, but he's really quite the character. And so she has to make me little boop related things. She sent me a coaster as well, but I can't put that on live telly. Yep, there's another one of the love bugs. And here, let me do that again. And here's another little guy. So such a really wide, diverse selection of little bugs have been made. And you can still get in on the love bug action. Hop into Fluff Chat. There is a post in the Facebook group as well, and that's where you post a picture of your finished bug. And there is a random number draw at the end of it for everybody who takes part. Now, obviously, the love bug draw will be done when this current cycle ends and the new one begins, which I believe will be about the middle of February. I was going to say May. God,
Nice.
Wishing the months away now.
Yeah, not spring yet.
Yeah, don't I know it. I had Christmas stuff arrive the other day. I kid you not. I had Christmas stuff arrived. I opened the box. I was like, oh, damn. Are we there again? I packed all my Christmas stuff up at the beginning of November. I'd been falling over Christmas for about 3 months. I was done. So, because it's our birthday month, and we are crazy, I like to think that we're a little bit nuts. In our Facebook group, there is going to be a post going up. Brace yourselves. Which is called Project Requests. And it has been just the most amazing couple of years for me, for us, for the Makery. And the Facebook group is now a year old as well. We wanted to do something that really brought you guys into the Makery with us. And, you know, we love coming to you on the broadcast, and just, you know, I like to go back and read the comments once the broadcast is over, because I don't get to read them. But we really wanted to sort of bring you guys in and make you a part of the Makery. So I had this idea, which is either going to go really well or hopelessly badly. You will find in the Facebook group, there will be a post going up which says project requests. Do read the instructions carefully, please. What we're asking you to do is suggest a project that you would like to see Mum's Makery make. For example, orchid, because that's the drum that Pixie Haley has been banging lately. She wants an orchid. And it's one suggestion per person. Now you can, absolutely, you can suggest a project that somebody else has suggested. It doesn't have to be unique. We just would like a suggestion. And what I'm going to do is this post is going to run for about 3 weeks, and then a week before the February Crafternoon, the post will close and I will sit down with a coffee or something stronger and go through all of the suggestions and pick out the 3 most viable projects that I think Mum's Makery can achieve. What I will then do is announce these projects at the February Crafternoon, and a new post will go up asking you all to vote for which one you want.
Have you seen it? Your kids are getting a lot of votes already.
So the one that has the most votes, Mum's Makery will hopefully, unforeseen circumstances notwithstanding, Mum's Makery will produce that project at some point in 2020. And it's a really nice way to get you all involved with what we do here, because you guys, all of you, you are our inspiration. You make me want to do better. And, you know, I love bringing new projects and things to you guys, and, you know, getting the feedback from you. So I really wanted you guys to be a part of something that we do here. So what we will do is, for example, we'll use orchid. The first person that has suggested that project in the original thread will get that project for free when we produce it. And then anybody else who has suggested that project will all go into a random draw, and we will give away prizes as well. That's the plan. I think I did put a clause in that things might be subject to change as we realise what things that we have forgotten. But you never know. So that's our plan. I hope that you guys will come and be a part of something that we are going to do in 2020. And I think I'm just going to go quickly through my list, because I don't have...
You mentioned the spring fair?
I haven't, no. Oh, you're doing my job.
Spring fair?
Yeah, I know, I've got the microphone. So our spring fair is our first event for 2021, and that is the first Saturday in March. So many of you know that we started doing events, so Flingo will be back.
Oh, the joy.
We love Flingo. we love everybody sort of running around going, somebody's called Flingo.
Last time, 4 people at the same time.
Yeah, I think the most Flingo winners we had was 6, but we've overcome those technical difficulties now, and we've got defined rules, but Flingo will be back. The event box, all being well, will be available by the end of the month. We will roll out the international customers. We will be rolling out your event boxes first. Keep an eye on social media. We will let you know when it is going to be available to purchase. The event box, if many of you remember, they used to be these sort of thin letter boxes. I think I mentioned back at the last event that we did that the event box price is going to be going up, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a real box. So we've got way more stuff that can go in it now, and the event box, although this hasn't got a sticker or anything on it yet, is actually going to be this great big, it's not big because it's not open yet, but it's going to be one of these. This is the event bag for the spring fair, and I know what's going in it and I'm so excited. I have a name for this bag, but I can't tell you what it is. You know what it is. So the event bag will be coming. The lovely lavenders kit, which is for the February Crafternoon, that will be coming back, or that will be live, or should be live on the website now. You can use your own materials for the February Crafternoon. There is a list on the website, in broadcasts and events, and I think, is that it?
Are you going to get everyone to show you the roses they've made this afternoon?
Oh, that's a good idea, Hayley. I know Hayley's now. She's like, what I do? It wasn't me. I sent Sarah a text this morning, and it just said, "Can you please call me when you get there?" Apparently, she was like, "Oh, what have I done wrong?" Hayley, would you mind putting up into? We'll do a show and share. Pop up a show and share post in our Facebook group, and then when you've done your roses, pop along to the Facebook group, look at the show and share. You should be able to type in hashtag show and share, and it should come up, allegedly. I think that's how the groups are working now. So Hayley, if you can put hashtag show and share in the post, and then come along and share pictures of the roses that you've made from the Crafternoon. I think...
Am I right in thinking that they don't need a template for the lavender?
No, there's no template or anything for the lavender. It's a completely freehand make. You know, it's just the materials, but all of the information will be on the website. The other thing that I forgot to mention, yes, thank you, Sarah. I was looking at my legs. The original Needle Felting UK group, previously known as Needle Felting UK, there's been a name change. So now do look out for the original Needle Felting UK Facebook group, run by the lovely Sarah Brown. And we've also had a giveaway going over there as well. I don't have the list of, do I have the list of winners, Pixie Nikki? There's so many I think we've given somewhere in the region of about 30 prizes away.
Oh my gosh.
With different balls, or notwithstanding that Nikki muffed up her game and had about 8 winners. There will be another game of fluffy fun coming next week. I think people got put on hold on Facebook because they were commenting. It was hilarious. It was so funny. Let's see, I will just check my winners list. Oh, NFUK winners. I have got first prize from the NFUK winner from the draw is number 57, which was Debbie Suter. I think I can't see anything. The second prize, which is a £10 gift voucher from Mum's Makery, was number 171. That's Nikki Cobb. And then we're giving away 3 10-gram balls of wool as well. That was number 28, which was Deb Weirs. Number 177, which was Crystal Dooley. And number 3, which was Catherine Waters. So congratulations to all of you guys. Do please email in with your name, your address, and obviously which giveaway draw that you've won to makerypixies@gmail.com. I think, is that it?
I believe that's everything.
I'm going to leave you just very briefly with that little love bug again, because it's such a lovely little range of makes. You've still got time to join in the love bug fun over on our Facebook group, and obviously you can then join in with Fluff Chat as well. If you look under the announcements in the Facebook group, you'll find the pickup project thread as well. So I think, according to my list, I think that's everything.
That's it. Yeah.
I probably have forgotten stuff which I just have put on my phone and can't find now. I blame you.
Because I'm not sat behind
Because you're not
now.
sat behind the computer holding up signs and giving me your hand
Waving,
signals.
yes, this way.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us and being a part of our first Mum's Makery monthly Crafternoon. I do hope that you will join us in February for our next one, and then we have our March Spring Fair, followed by our March Crafternoon, which will be the 4th weekend in March rather than the 3rd. So it's the Crafternoons are always the 3rd weekend in March, unless there's an event the same month, in which case we just bump it a week. Okay, well, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us today. I hope that you have enjoyed it. So from me, Pixie B, all of the Makery Pixies and now the Makery crew, we wish you all a very crafty day.